Hello, Brigid from Rooted Sky Homestead here, and today we are talking about cherry cough syrup. So, a friend of mine and I went foraging the other day, and we were looking for mulberries. And if you have mulberries in your area, they are a fantastic resource. They're so delicious when they're nice and red and plump. It's actually like more of a purple red, and they're just packed full of nutrition, as most wild edibles are. And they're also a really good substitute for elderberry. So, mulberries, like elderberries, have a tendency to upset your stomach if you eat too many of them, which is why it's good to cook them. Like, you can make them into a jam or add them to a pie. You can gather a bunch and freeze them for later use in different applications. And you can also tincture them or make an elixir out of them and use that over winter time as an immune support. So while looking for mulberries, we actually came across dark, beautiful black cherry. And that was a nice surprise. We weren't expecting to receive the abundance of cherries that we did, but as you can see here from the basket, it was filled rather quickly, not only with the berries, but with the bark. So a large branch came down from this cherry tree, and we were able to collect different sticks that were going to be added into this medicine making cough syrup. Now, I am not a herbalist. I'm not your best source, let's put it that way. I'm not your best source in respects to knowing all of the properties of a wild food. I'm more of a forager that goes on instinct and also is supported by trained professional herbalist. So it was, again, my friend that I was with, she was like, why don't we gather the fruits, which we can pit and, freeze or use at a later time, as well as pitting them and breaking down this bark to make a dark cherry cough syrup. So I was very excited about this because it's my first time ever doing it. But again, because of the great supply and abundance, it was hard to pass up. So as you can see here, we have all of these dark cherries, and then we have the bark. And the process begins with breaking them down. So at first I tried using my cherry pitter, which is exceptional for pitting conventional cherries that are much larger in size than a wild cherry. So that process began and ended rather quickly, and you can see all of the juice that was staining my hands. But as I proceeded, I was able to fill the quart mason jar about halfway, and then I began working down the twigs. So the twigs that were about a quarter of an inch, I just cut those with my clippers. But the larger ones, I debarked them and then broke down the rest of the wood and added everything to the mason jar. And then once I got back inside, I added a little over a cup of honey, and then I topped everything off with brandy. And the brandy that you choose is based on flavor and also the potency, right? So the stronger the alcohol, the more extraction that's going to take place. I like brandy over vodka with certain applications. I like the taste better. That is the only reason that I was using brandy. But if you have vodka on hand, you're welcome to use that to make your I would call this an elixir because it has the honey and the brandy. So now everything is combined, and I used a glass weight. If you have a stone that'll fit in your mason jar that's cleaned and sterilized, go for it. You don't have to buy glass weights. And now it'll sit in a dark, cool place for the next 6 to 8 weeks, and then we'll strain everything off and give her a taste and let it continue to work its magic over the rest of the season in time for winter. That'll help to soothe the sore throat, help with respiratory dryness, or just coughing, breathing. It's not necessarily going to help the rate that I'm respirating at, but it can soothe all of the brachial irritation, because cherry's really good at anti-inflammatory. So sometimes when we're coughing a lot, we have inflammation in the lung, and so that'll be a nice component to add to my wintertime immune support, and calming and cooling. So thank you so much for watching this video and supporting this page. If you have anything that you would like to see me share from the foraging endeavors, please feel free to make a comment, and I will do my best to get a video up for you. Until next time, be well.